absolutely no idea what's going to come out right now. And that is the beauty of it, that I'm just going to speak and see what's coming, okay? Because I have had like a day full of magic and miracles that I am still so in awe of what is going on and what happened. And so I know that there's something in here that you need to hear, because I'm going to open up the channel so the source can just flow through me like I did this morning. I did my very first light language activation session, not to activate other people codes for other people in them, but so that they could express their light language either with, well, actually all of them, with their voice, with hand movements, hand mudras, and with writing light language. And I can tell you that it was amazing, and I had the most beautiful experience. It went, the space that we co-created was beautiful. And I mean, when they for the first time connected with their real truth of who they were, a lot of people were just crying and weeping, and that was beautiful. I mean, seeing everyone as their true selves, like, that was the most awe-inspiring experience ever. And, you know, also receiving the feedback about saying, oh, I thought this was going to be weird, but actually, no, it was profoundly beautiful and wonderful. And it touched them in a way that words can't explain. I mean, I'm trying to create human words from a feeling, from a concept that is unimaginable, okay? And so that is why I'm having troubles creating the words, oh, okay, and this is what it's about. So this is something that I have had ever since, like, I've been able to speak, is I haven't been able to put certain things into words, into human words, certain concepts into human words, because for me, when you put it into words, something that's infinite, what you're doing is you are dumbing it down. You are creating, you're destroying the essence of what it is, okay? And so for me, that's why for me, when I can express myself in light language, it's using the energy and the vibration. I don't have to, let's say, dumb things down, put it into human language that takes away the energy and the vibration of the thing that actually exists. Okay, so and like understanding that, I only started to understand this not that long ago, that me speaking light language, why that comes so naturally is because and why I have had troubles finding the right words. Is because, yes, I have been trying to control what has come out, trying to dim it down, trying to find the words that the other person wants to hear. And the thing is that I won't find the words that the other person wants to hear. I have to say exactly the thing that I need to say, because that is what is streaming through me. And instead of trying to find out what the other person wants to hear, it is what do you need to do right now? What is it that you need to express? And because you're not here to make the other person feel better. and make them feel comfortable by changing the words or by changing the essence of what is going on. And so when we do that, it's actually a disservice to the other person, because you are manipulating them. That is a type of manipulation, and this manipulation can go as far as you are managing their emotions and managing their feelings. And so they don't get to have the experience of going through their own feelings and seeing where their limitations are, because it is so important that the other person gets to experience what they're here to experience. It's not your job to create an environment for them to manipulate how they're meant to feel. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are supposed to be mean. It doesn't mean that you are supposed that you can do whatever you want. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is that when you don't tell your truth because you think when you speak your truth it's going to hurt the other person, you are manipulating them. So when you tell your truth and the other person gets triggered by it, they're not triggered by you. They are triggered because something inside of them is here to tell them where their own limitations are. It's actually not you triggering them. You are just playing a role that they need for their soul's expansion in that moment. Okay, and when you correct yourself and when you dim it down, when you try to say what the other person wants to hear but actually not what you need to say, okay, so there's that little voice inside of your head that is giving you the information about what to say. It's giving you this is what you're here to say. However, then you go along and change that. How do I know? Because I've done it so many times. And then you go along and change it. And so when you change it, that isn't along the lines of what your higher self has given you to say. And it's just you, just so you know, it's you talking to yourself. And that voice, because it is your voice, is here to show you what you are here to say. Okay, and the other person needs to hear exactly what they need to hear, and you are playing a role in that moment, and that role can be the villain. You are actually allowed to be the villain in someone else's story, because when you are the villain in their story, that is a catalyst for the other person to grow and evolve beyond how they were actually going to evolve. Okay, that was your soul contract, you being the villain in that story. But that doesn't mean that you are a villain. You are just playing that role, or that role, that is the role that the other person is perceiving about you. But it has nothing to do with you. It is just their perception of their reality that their brain is making up. That is their prediction machine. Okay, it is because that is what they needed right now in that moment. So when you change what you are actually, what you're saying, but also there, I want to open up this caveat. Also, you changing it is for your benefit, because that is how you are going to experience what you need to experience to then reflect back and say, oh, that was my voice, and oh, I didn't listen to myself, and oh, I wasn't trusting my intuition, and oh, I was abandoning myself. And you need to go through all of that so that you can come to the level of awakening that you're at already. Okay, but you can only do that in hindsight, after reflecting, after experiencing something that maybe you didn't want to experience but you needed to experience, so that you could see and uncover the patterns that have you conditioned doing the thing that you are doing right now. Okay, so I had no idea that this was going to stream through me right now, right here. I actually wanted to sit down and do a light language activation for you, because that was going to be easy. And apparently Source wanted me to say this right now, and there are actually been a few concepts in here that have like been simmering around but haven't come through in a coherent way, and now they have actually come out. So I'm glad about that, because that means I can sort of check them off the list of things to say in messages, and whatever needs to come through will come through again. Whew. Okay. And maybe there's also another concept in here that I might repeat again depending on what's going on. Okay, so I trust you heard exactly what you needed to hear, because in there, I know that there were some things that I needed to hear right now. And I'm in so much gratitude right now. This morning, I think I cried about 3 times because I felt such deep gratitude and love and support. I felt so much support just by the earth, by the people surrounding me, by the room and the intentions that we all set. And I felt love by myself. I felt genuine love for myself, and that was so beautiful. What else do you need? Yeah, okay. So to anchor in the self-love, that is what is coming through. Let's give you a light language activation. So stay with me now if you want to anchor the love for yourself in even more deeply. Ineesh to kuunuyanaya, ekiesh to unia, dresh to unikiana, dresh onukuinikia, es tuinikianakai, arahesh to kinakua, dresh unkuinia. Nishtutu unoi kianaka. Ehanaya shatutu unianai. Neye shatuku unuyanaya shatakia tuanakia shatatu unukina. Na aya shatatu uniana. Dare eshtatu unukuikiana shataki. The ukuru kuenaya me ekiana ishtutu unukinaya sataki adaya satatu unianaka. Ayashatu unuinia no uno shtutu unia. Tea estuiniana ia kaya shatakia no ukorohia nea satatu umia dea maya shoko unuiana kaya dareshatuku uniana yasatakiana karaya shatuku una yasataka. I mean, in the end, your own love is all the love that you need, because remember, you are me and I am you. And when you give yourself love, you also understand that I am giving you love. And when I am giving myself love, I understand that you are giving me love. And because if we're aware of it or unaware of it, every action is an action of love. It can be a call for attention, but the thing is, it is still love, because everything is love. Everything we do is love. That is actually who we are. Just because we don't see it or we don't perceive it in that way, everything is an act of love. And once you can actually see that, there's no resentment felt anymore, because it all falls away, because oh, this person, they did this out of love. It might not have been the action that provided a way forwards, and might have created some challenges. It might have created some challenges for you, but the thing is that that it was created out of love. Yeah, okay. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and every action comes from love. Just because you don't see it that way doesn't mean that it isn't that way. Yeah. So I want to close that out right there. And I also want to speak about my upcoming retreat in Mexico from the 1st to the 13th of September. We will be going to Chichen Itza for the 9/9 portal. Okay, the 9/9 portal is the closing of cycles. Okay, yes, it is September, and that, like, in our counting is the 9th month, but there is also I mean, on the 7th of the 9th, I received the download that is like a vortex that we need to go and activate first. So we're going to be in Córdoba on the 7th, and we're going to be in Chichen Itza on the 9th. There will always be cenotes to ground yourself in the sacred waters of Yucatan that, like, they used to be guarded by shamans, okay? And it's only in the recent times when the shamans have opened up the sacred cenotes to more people. And so we will be going to all of these wonderful sacred sites as a group to remember who we are as a group, and so that you can remember who you are in the area. I mean, you are love, and it's co-creating a beautiful space of a beautiful sacred space of love and just genuine respect for each other. Yeah, because I mean, there's going to be so much transformation and transcendence that when you come home, you are like, if you want to initiate change, then come on this trip. Okay, so if you want any more information, just comment Mayan Retreat and I'll give you more information. And, like, thank you so much for listening all the way here. I am so grateful for you. Oh my gosh, the lights just went out. There we go. Lights back on. Confirmation that it's time to say goodbye. Like, follow, subscribe if you feel called to. I love to keep you around, and I'm really grateful for you, and I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that my heart beats. I'm grateful that the blood flows through my veins. I'm grateful that I have fingers and fingernails. I'm going to leave you with that. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I know you heard what you needed to hear. Comment below what it was that you heard from me today, and thank you so much. Hasta luego.
You thought you were losing your mind, but you're just remembering who you are. The signs you've been seeing aren't signs, they're coordinates written in the stars. Every crazy thing you've seen, every vision, every dream, every nobody would believe me. That's your energy, vibration and frequency. You're not broken, you don't need healing. You're the one you're looking for, darling. You don't need saving, you need reminding.